Dr. Bob McCauley, the two most powerful foods in the world are spirulina and chlorella. What's number 3? That's what we're going to talk about next. Third most powerful food in the world without any doubt is kelp, or as we say, brown seaweed extract, because this is concentrated kelp. It's actually 40 times concentrated kelp. Now this is a very specific strain of kelp known as Laminaria japonica. It grows, it's harvested, wild harvested out of the ocean in southern Argentina in cold water. And it's done in such a way that it's sustainable. It's harvested and then it's replaced. But it's the big tall ones. They're kind of noodle shaped. They're this wide and they're about 3 feet tall. That is the strain, and this is the most incredible strain of kelp in the world. Why? Kelp is really the only food in the world that has significant amounts of iodine. This is critical. It's a critical point. The reason is because you need to feed your thyroid. Every drop of blood goes through the thyroid every 15 minutes. You know, your thyroid is not the master gland, that's the pituitary, but the thyroid needs to function. It is your metabolism. And it's not only the metabolism for the body, but really it's kind of like the metabolism regulator for the entire endocrine system, your glandular system. And what glands do? They pump out hormones, and hormones are like the conductors of the orchestra of your body. They tell it what to do. Go over here, do this, do that, whatever. So feeding the thyroid with iodine is critical, because once you turn this on, once this is functioning, all the other glands in the body will come on. And it's important for those to function. But without this one, none of the other work. The iodine is the most incredible thing, and why it's such an important food, because iodine is such an important mineral. Second most important mineral in health is iodine. Number 1 is magnesium, that's your heart. And number 2 would be iodine. That is your metabolism and feeding that. Very, very critical. And when you take brown seaweed extract, understand your body will take in the iodine. It's quite a bit in there, by the way. It's off the scale compared to other foods. You look at here, buckwheat is down here, and that's got quite a bit compared to kelp. It's nothing. We're way up here. So, but there's the iodine will convert over to iodide. And the iodide will perform functions in the body, and then it'll be anything that's extra or you're not going to need, just remove from the body, and it won't build up and become a problem, where a lot of iodine supplements will. They build up in the body, just like iron supplements. When you're taking iron tablets, that's not the way to get iron. You want iron, take some spirulina or take some liquid angstrom iron or liquid angstrom iodine. But I like the natural way that this food provides it to the body. Now, what else is in there besides iodine? Well, there's polysaccharides in the form of alganates, and these alganates remove, they're great, they're free radical scavengers, and they remove heavy metals and radiation, so it's incredibly detoxifier. There's several hundred studies you'll find on PubMed about how polysaccharides and alganates remove heavy metals from the body. It's also got fucoidan. This is the largest molecule in nature, and it has got incredible properties. It is known for being an anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial mineral. It's also very powerful anti-cancer properties. Folcozanthin, another component in there, that's an antioxidant. It's a carotenoid, and it's very, very powerful. And it's also, we see this brown seaweed extract is mineral dense. There's a huge amount of minerals because this is grown in the ocean. And of course, these are very bioavailable minerals. And the other thing is, it has a lot of soluble fiber. Now, when it's produced, they harvest it off, they dry it in the sun, it's completely dry, then they soak it in cold, ice cold water. That releases all these polysaccharides, all these nutrients, and then they take out the fiber, throw that away, and this dries into a big ball. It's very hard, and then they take it and grind it down. Well, in the end, it ends up something like that. You see, it's like sand. It looks just like sand. It's got a seaweed taste to it. A lot of Asians like to take it and put a little miso soup, because what that'll do, it'll thicken it really beautifully, and of course there's a huge amount of nutrition there. If you want to put this on the outside of your skins, great. You just take a little bit of purified water, distilled to reverse osmosis, mix it up in there. You want this pure, so you don't want anything to mix in there or to, you know, dilute it in any way. And purified water is the best. And you just put it on the cut, the scrape, the rash, whatever you got. I would cover it over with a little cellophane plastic so it doesn't dry out. Really amazing for the skin. So this stuff is absolutely, as I said, third most powerful food in the world. It is great because with spirulina and chlorella, because what spirulina and chlorella have, which is protein and chlorophyll, many other nutrients, brown seaweed doesn't have, and vice versa. So there's none of these nutritional components are there in spirulina and chlorella. You don't find iodine, you find some polysaccharides, but you don't find fucoidan or focusanthin in there, and not the same type of soluble fiber that is just great for your digestion. By the way, you know, you take about a half a teaspoon of this, and with water, or you can put it with juice or whatever, you'll see it thickens very quickly, thickens up. You know, you take that, that'll clear you right out. You only want to do about a half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon a day, half a teaspoon at a time. Very concentrated, incredible stuff. And or you just take a couple of capsules. If you don't like the taste of seaweed, or just a small amount of this, you know, the iodine will wake you up. It'll pick you up. You get in the middle of the day and you're not feeling too, you know, a little groggy or something, you're not too awake. This will pop you right back up. The iodine in there feeds the thyroid. You know, liquid angstrom iodine will do the same thing. But I love the natural aspect of just iodine coming from a whole food. That's the way we do things. Brown seaweed extract, concentrated kelp, Limoneira japonica. Try it out. I have it every single day. It's a staple, third most powerful food in the world.